Hey guys, so a lot of you asked if I could prepare some food meals for you. So we're just going to go through a little rundown of the kind of meals I make with chicken, fish, beef, and ground turkey. Okay, so right now we are going to prepare chicken breast, how I do it. And it's going to be seasoned, it's going to have some flavor, and it's not going to be bland. I hate food that doesn't taste at all any good. So bland food gets boring, you're not going to follow your diet. So we're going to go with how I prepare chicken the real way with some flavor. All right, so right here I have about 7 or 8 pounds of pre-marinated chicken breast. And I use Mrs. Dash no salt seasoning with that, as well as a bruschetta, which does have salt. Okay, this kind of seasoning do have some salt, as well as a garlic salt I add to it. Add a little bit of olive oil to it so that it still pushes in the flavor while it's marinating, and I can just throw it on the pan and it won't stick. So now we're going to put it on the pan. Close this up, and I use either grapeseed oil, which is what we're using today, or an olive oil. I just put maybe 2.5, 3 tablespoons on the pan, and then the rest will be a non-stick spray. Get it all on there. To check your pan, put your hand over the pan. If it's hot, it's ready to go. You'll see the oil start to dissolve and spread around a pan. That's when you know it's hot enough. You don't want it to start smoking or anything like that, then turn the heat down. But I already preheated the pan a little bit, so it's going to be almost ready. Right now, we are going to put some real fresh garlic on there. Here's a little trick. If you want to peel the fucking garlic, you get your clove, let's start with this, and you smash it. And then all the fucking little shit will come off. You don't have to peel off each one, that's a turd right there. And these ones you can just smash them and they're ready to go. Put a little roasted garlic on the pan for fresh garlic. And that's it. All right, now we're going to place our chicken breast on here. As you see, I did both sides. I don't really care for trimming it too much. Just maybe big pieces I'll go with later on, but I like fat. I think it works. Always lay the chicken away from you on the pan. Okay? You never want to lay it towards you. This way, any splashing happens away from you. As you can see, these breasts are really big, so we're not going to cook all 7 or 8 pounds of this stuff. Okay? Just start sticking, just move it around a little bit. Get the oil on it. And sometimes I like to put the breast, thickest part of the breast, in the center of the pan, so I know it's going to cook a little bit even. Because right now we are going to pan sear the breast, and then we're going to finish off in the oven so that it actually cooks with a kind of texture to it. I personally hate just oven cooked chicken without a sear on it. It just comes out like shit. I can't eat it after a while. But this allows me to cook with some texture to it. Because we'll flip this on both sides, and then we'll pop in the oven to finish it off for 35 minutes. And now we're going to preheat our oven to about 385, 390 for all this kind of chicken. These are thicker breasts, so we have to make sure when they cook in the oven, it's at a proper temperature so they finish cooking in about 35 minutes total. All right, so now we got to check our chicken breasts. They've been on one side for about 4 minutes, 5 minutes right now. So we're going to try to check them out, see if it has a nice little crust on it. And if it does, we're going to just flip them all over, all right? Let's see how this is all turning out. Oh, yeah. See that little crust going on here? Oh, yeah. That's exactly what we were looking for. Nice little crust. Beautiful. This makes dieting and nutrition so much better so you can enjoy your food. Doesn't make like a chore. See, now, for example, on a breast like this, versus a breast like that, I know the heat's more over here, right? So if I want this thing to cook a little more evenly, I'm going to swap them out. Just for this side. Let's be honest, not all of us have a industrial kitchen at home. So we're all just regular people trying to make it out in the cooking world a little bit. So we gotta modify some of the things that big time chefs don't have to deal with. So I moved that breast over to where this one was, and now it's gonna cook a little more evenly. Now we just do 4 or 5 minutes on this side. Once the oven is preheated, we pop in the oven to finish this off the cooking, and then we have our crusted roasted chicken. All right, so I just checked the chicken breasts. They are ready to be put in the oven. As you can see, nice little texture on top of all the breasts. I did have to flip this one again, reason being the other side didn't have enough texture on it, so I made sure now it's getting a texture. This one a little raw, so I make sure all the very raw side underneath get more cooking time before we put it in the oven. Now they're ready. I'm going to turn the top burner off, and we can add it into the oven. And then finish off cooking. And now I'll put a timer on for, let's say, 38 minutes, and it should be done. Oh, what's that sound? Fucking chicken's done. Let's use this shit. Alright, look at my gloves. Alright. Okay. Look at that. Juicy, oven, roasted, pan-seared chicken breast. Now, the cooking process is still going, so we just let it sit there. Because if you cut it and portion it out now, you're going to make the chicken dry, and all the juices are going to escape. Same thing with a roast. Same thing with roast beef, or any kind of big steak. After it's done cooking, let it sit there for 20 or 30 minutes. Let the juices solidify inside, so when you cut it, all that flavor still stays. Keep that noted. So now we're going to do our chicken meals. This is all finished cooking. So I will just slice them up. They have rested for a while. As you can see, all nicely cooked inside. Juicy. And I'll just slice them up in big pieces like this so it's easy to eat. I eat fast, so it all just comes apart. See, nice chicken. So I have 2 meals of chicken a day right now, and we're just going to put it ounces. There's 4, there's 7, and there's 8 1/4, and that's the meal. Well, I'll just do that until it's all filled up from all the chicken I cooked. There. There's 3. Put some more up. Okay. There's 7. A little over 8. And we just keep on doing that until it's all filled. Okay, so as you can see, we separated the chicken portion. So I have 2 meals a day of chicken. 1 with just vegetables, 1 with vegetables and a cup of rice. So we're going to put a cup in each. These are just going to be the vegetable meals I'm putting in here. There you go. This one's with the rice. It should just be enough. Yeah, that's fine. Now, a few days ago, I pre-made my rice because I needed it anyway, so I'm just going to show you what I use for rice. I'm not a jasmine rice fan, never will be again. I started using this rice about 6 years ago during my last contest prep. But it's a sushi grade rice, okay? So 3/4 cup dry to 1 cup wet, 20 minutes after it puts to a boil. You have fully cooked sushi sticky rice. Lifesaver for texture. I found with eating jasmine rice after it's been cold, it just becomes hard and falls apart. It's not sticky anymore. At least with this, it stays sticky and more enjoyable. Now with rice, I usually sometimes use curry powder, and I make a curry rice. But today I use beef bone broth in 1 cup and 2 cups water. So I made 3/4 cups dry in this batch. So I have a little beef bone broth for flavor and nutrients within my rice. As you can see, sticky, doesn't fall apart. And we have a cup of rice per meal. I've learned over the years not to go too cheap with your rice. A big bag like this cost me about $14 at Safeway. It's just a better way of eating it. I'm sure you can get the cheaper rices, and it does its job. Same nutrients and shit. And that's about it, guys. So I hope this was educational for you on how to cook with some flavor and some variety and some different cooking methods. I tried to teach you guys some ways to make your meals more enjoyable with some texture and some flavor that won't kill your fitness goals. Because if you need to get lean, some of these will work. But if you need to add some mass, add a little more calories, a little more fat, add a little avocado to some of these, some extra olive oil, some nuts, and that's it. Some fruit. All right, guys, that's it. Get big, get lean. See you next time.